Hi all, welcome to Bosco Campus Vision. Today we are going to discuss the topic varieties of language. Language is a manifestation of human behavior. It cannot be static and fixed, the same for all times. Changes in language can be linked to major political and social events such as wars, invasions, etc., bringing about major changes in the living style of communities using the language. Change in language is also a natural process. Language seems to be in a state of continual transition because of its cultural transmission from one generation to the next. So, each new generation has to find a way of using or learning the language of the previous generation. In this continuous process, each new language user has to recreate for himself or herself the language of the community. Language change or variations in language can be studied along two dimensions, diachronic and synchronic. Diachronic variations are those due to linguistic changes which take place over long periods of time during the historical development of a language. For example, English used by Chaucer differs radically from the variety used by Milton, and both these varieties are different from that found in T.S. Eliot. Again, there is a huge difference between Old English, Middle English, and Modern English. All these language variations are diachronic variations. Synchronic variations are variations of language as they exist at a given point of time and not over a period of time. The same language is spoken in variant ways in different geographical areas and social classes. For example, Malayalam has different varieties in the north, middle and south of Kerala with a number of sub-varieties within each variety. Let's examine in detail the different language varieties. Varieties due to language contact, varieties of dialect and varieties of register. Varieties due to language contact. It often happens that a language comes in contact with another language. This gives rise to new varieties of language that continue to coexist along with the original languages. In modern sociolinguistics, they are also known as the transplanted, nativized, or indigenous varieties. Some of the varieties include Pidgin, Creole, and Diglossia. Pidgin language is a special language with a very limited vocabulary and limited structures used for purposes like trade, etc., by those people who have no common language between themselves. When speakers of two different languages meet for specific purposes, this Pidgin language is used. For example, in India, a Pidgin English was spoken between the British and the natives, such as the Butler English of Madras and Pidgin English of Bombay. There are Pidgins based on English, French, Spanish, and Portuguese in the East and West Indies, Africa, and the Americas. Then, Creole. When a Pidgin language comes to be used for a long period by a community as a whole and it develops its own vocabulary and structures, it becomes a Creole. It is the product of two different languages originally used by the speakers. So we can say that Creoles are the expanded versions of Pidgins. That is, a Creole is a Pidgin which has become the mother tongue of a speech community. Black English vernacular spoken in uneducated urban regions and by the low-class whites of the southern states of the USA is an example of Creole. Diglossia. The term diglossia refers to a situation where a speech community uses two varieties of a language for different functions. One variety is termed high and the other low. The high variety is normally used in formal situations such as sermons in the church or university lectures, etc. While low variety is used for conversation with family, friends, etc. Varieties of dialect. Dialect is the variety of language used by a particular group of individuals. It is determined by a speaker's social and geographical background. The dialect spoken in a particular geographical area is called a regional dialect. Scottish, Yorkshire, Kentish, etc. are regional dialects of English. There are also national varieties of English like American English, Australian English, Canadian English, etc. Each of these has dialectical varieties within it. Dialectical variations are also determined by social hierarchy and social class. Dialects based on social stratifications are called social dialects or sociolects, which may be class dialects depending on the social class to which the speakers belong, or caste dialects as in the Indian social context. Examples of class dialect are upper class dialect, lower class dialect, etc. The aristocrats in London, for example, uses one variety of English and the lower class uses another variety. The best example of a low class dialect is the Cockney dialect used by Eliza, the flower girl in Bernard Shaw's play Pygmalion. Examples of caste dialects: Brahmin dialect, Nambudiri dialect, etc. Isoglosses. The study of dialects is known as dialectology. Dialectical distinctions can be marked on a map by drawing lines to demarcate areas using divergent linguistic items. Such lines dividing geographical areas on the basis of different linguistic features in use are called isoglosses. When several such lines are drawn for divergent items, they crisscross and overlap, and the points where a large number of isoglosses come together are called bundles of isoglosses. Such bundles of isoglosses mark dialect boundaries. Such maps with areas marked for specific linguistic features are called dialect maps. A collection of dialect maps is called a dialect atlas. Even though a dialect is spoken by a group of people, no two speakers ever speak exactly the same dialect. Each individual has his own idiosyncratic speech habits which characterize his speech from that of others. The entire speech habits of an individual is called an idiolect. Now, what is the major distinction between a dialect and a language? The distinction between a dialect and a language is not clear-cut. Mutual intelligibility is often accepted as a distinguishing mark. If two speakers are mutually intelligible, that is, they can understand each other's speech, we can say that they are using dialects of the same language. If they are not intelligible to each other, they are using different languages. A dialect rises to the status of a language when a community speaking a certain dialect is politically and socially powerful. Register. Apart from regional and social variations, there are variations in language depending on the kind of subject matter dealt with, disciplines or occupations engaged in, fields of activity, etc. Such varieties of language determined by the situation or the field of discourse are referred to as registers. For example, The kind of language that a teacher uses in a classroom is not the kind of language that he uses in the kitchen or talking to his friends, etc. We can say that one uses different registers in different situations. We have formal register, the informal register, legal register, journalistic register, medical register, etc. Classification of registers. Register according to the field of discourse or the purpose and the subject matter of communication. Such registers include the register of science, the register of law, register of religion, register of journalism, etc. Register according to the mode of discourse. This refers to the register variations determined by the medium, that is spoken or written, used. We can talk about different varieties of language in a telegraphic message, telephone conversation, a mobile message, a radio, television, or newspaper. Register according to the style or tenor of discourse. These refer to the relation between the speaker and the addressee. These registers include the formal style, the informal style, the frozen style, the colloquial style, the intimate style, etc. So these are the classification of register. So in today's session, we discussed the synchronic variations of language, that is the varieties due to language contact, varieties of dialect, and varieties of register. Please do answer these questions and post it in the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much for paying attention.